Okay. Now, your volunteers. I'm sure it takes quite a few volunteers to man the Haven House.
Well, actually, we do have a paid staff there at each of our office locations, but we are always looking for volunteers to help out. Volunteers sort of do some of the same things that some of the paid staff do. They help with the crisis line.
Okay.
We always have somebody
24-hour line, so you need someone to man the line.
Yep.
Now, does it take any type of special training for that?
Yes, if you want to be a volunteer for Haven House, we do go through an extensive training, so that way when a situation comes up as a volunteer, you're prepared for it, and you're
obviously,
wondering what you should do. We make sure that you're prepared.
Also, outside of answering telephones, what else do you look for volunteers to help with?
Well, volunteers we look for them to do anything and everything. Some of our outreach activities, like Beat Down the Violence, a lot of volunteers are coming through on that. Then they also help with like transporting.
I was just going to say, you probably need, when some of these families need to get from, point A to point B appointments. And
Yep, we always look for people to help with transportation. And also being an advocate, sitting down with these people and listening to their story and just being there to...
being a friend.
Yeah, exactly. We do child advocacy, any age group we will help with. Then also, we do offer a resource library for our volunteers and other people in the community that want to know about domestic violence and sexual assault, videos and books and different things like that.
So we touched quite a bit on the whole domestic violence aspect of what you guys do. Do you see a lot of the sexual cases? I mean, are there a lot of sexual cases out there?
If I'm correct, I do believe that our sexual assault cases are less. I don't think they occur less often. I think the cases that often shame is a part of sexual assault, and but there's nothing to be ashamed of.
Right,
you were a victim, and somebody harmed you. There's step out, take that step. Our services are confidential, and feel free to come to us, and we will help you walk down that road.
Very important number again, 1-800-440-4633 for the listeners this morning. Again, 1-800-440-4633. If you yourself have been a victim of domestic or sexual violence, or if you know someone who is experiencing that. If I have a family member, let's say I have a daughter that is involved in a domestic situation, is it hard to get that help for the person if they don't want it, but yet they need it?
Well, what we'll do is if, for instance, you have someone that someone around you is being harmed physically, sexually, or verbally, what we do is if you come in, we will talk to you about these subjects and talk to you about the different tactics behind them and educate about it. But we cannot, it has to be the person that's in the situation to call that wants help, because we can't help them if they don't want it.
Do you see a lot of situations where you begin helping someone and then they walk back into the situation?
Yes, that does often happen. I do believe it's said that about 7 times that'll happen before the victim or survivor will call it quits, because that's their dependency. That's sort of, it may be what they're used to. So, and sometimes it's thought there's a cycle of domestic violence or violence.
And they just don't know any different.
Yeah. And sometimes, a lot of the times, there's a build-up phase, and then there's the explosion, like where it gets really bad, but then the calm and regret and apology phase. Mm-hmm. That's often what happens.
I love you. I'm never going to do this again. Just give me one more chance. Please don't leave me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And in those times, that's when often the victim or survivor does go back into the situation.
That's just sad.
Yep.
Very sad. Again, that number, 1-800-440-4633, talking to Josh from the Haven House. So, again, you got the Beat Down the Violence. That is coming up here at the 3 county fairs. That's Thurston, Cedar, and Dixon. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. And then you're always looking for volunteers.
Yep.
But they do have to kind of get a little training program. Mm-hmm. So you got to kind of make some time for that, right?
Yep. If you want to be a volunteer, feel free to call our office location. That number for that is 375-5433, and that's area code 402.
Okay.
And just give us a call. Our office hours are 8:30 to 5, and we also do request that you don't call the 24-hour crisis line if it's not a crisis.
Right, exactly. And again, we must stress that the 24-hour crisis line is always open, including holidays. Again, 1-800-440-4633. And, of course, you guys will take donations at any time. Someone can just mail them to you.
Mail them, give us a call, drop on by. But please do give a call before you drop on your donation.
Okay.
And we take all sorts of donations.
All right, fantastic. Again, where are your offices located?
Well, our office in Wayne is located at 509 Dearborn Street in Wayne, Nebraska. And then 117 East 28th Street in South Sioux City. And then at 407 North Broadway in Hartington, Nebraska.
Now, each of these locations, Josh, do they all offer the same services?
Yes, we will offer the same services. And if one of them is more likely to better serve you, we'll get a hold of them and we'll make sure that you receive the services that you need.
Okay.
And our service locations include Cedar, Dakota County, Dixon County, Thurston County, and Wayne counties. And this also includes the Omaha Nation and Winnebago reservations. And if you are outside of these counties, just give us a call because you may not know where to turn. But we do have the resources to refer you out to places that are closer to you, and that will help you out in your situation.
Okay, Josh, thank you very much for hanging out with us today on Spotlight on Siouxland. Josh from the Haven House, you have yourself a fabulous day.
Oh, thank you, Sean.
More on the way from Spotlight on Siouxland. We're going to be talking with Levon from the Siouxland Humane Society.